What's going on, folks? For this elk hunt, me and Dad decided to go in a day early before the opener and do a little bit of scouting. Early morning, we saw a couple cows, a couple calves. As soon as midday rolled around, we actually looked over on this ridge and saw two really big bulls fighting for about 15 minutes. So I'll let you guys enjoy that real quick.
I cannot believe I didn't get that on video. Oh, that's freaking awesome. I don't even know how I noticed that with my binos. Well, I knew they were elk fighting with the binos.
After those bulls headed off, me and Dad decided to come back to the truck and shoot the bows a little bit. It's always good to do that after you've gone on a long road trip because it's easy for the sights to get bumped. After we shot our bows, we decided to have a little bit of lunch, and oh my, I have to leave this clip rolling for a little bit longer. Nice. After we ate our lunch, we decided to pack up our gear and our tent and head to the area we were going to be camping in for the week. We hung out there the rest of the night, and this should bring us right into opening day of the 2025 elk season.
All right, good morning, everyone. Opening day. Last night ended up getting a little weird. I came out here about 20-30 yards to test out this new cow call I got, and within about, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 spikes, a bull, and a bunch of cows just started flooding into this meadow at like 50 yards. So the bull wasn't huge, but it was a clean 5x5, which I'm definitely shooting. And they ended up going down off into those pines, so we're gonna kind of start that way here in a minute. But opening day, let's get freaking fired up. Let's go. Oh, we also heard like about 3 or 4 bugles last night, so let's get going. All right, we're heading to the dark timber now. We're gonna try to throw off a couple bugles. It should be around the same area where we heard the bugles the other night. We have also spooked 2 or 3 elk walking in here. Our wind's good though, so I guess they just heard us. But yeah, we gotta get into a better setup. We're not in a good spot right now. Dad left his glove, so he's gonna grab that real quick, but we're gonna head to the timber and try to get some bugles going. We got one bugle in probably 100 yards down the hill just off this bench. He's bugled probably 9 or 10 times, but our wind is just not good to make a play on him. So we're gonna kind of sit here and listen and see which direction he goes. If he goes right, we're gonna be in good shape, but if he goes this way, I don't know what we're gonna do. We think he's only about 100, 120 yards. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the bull's pretty close, obviously. We're trying to decide if we want to make a setup and call him in. We think he might be in his bed because he hasn't moved in 30 minutes. We're gonna sit here and listen for another minute or two. The sun's in our face right here. I don't see him now. Throw me that. Just recording. I moved off, kinda. Yeah. Unless it was a different one. Okay, so that bull down there is still bugling, but the front one that was closest to us passed through this little opening at about 90 yards, 80 yards, and it was a freaking stud, but he would not close the distance, unfortunately. Our packs are like 100 yards up the hill, so I think we're going to sit here for another 5 minutes and listen to this farther bugle and see if he gets any closer. He probably won't. Then we're going to get our packs and kind of head towards the direction of where that bigger bull went, so that was freaking awesome. Okay, me and my dad have been sitting in this water for a while now. That spike ended up coming back pretty close, but got spooked. Just heard a bugle. That direction about probably 300 yards. We're gonna start heading that way. Here we go. Okay, we're way down here in this bottom, and I just threw a bugle out. And one answered probably 50 yards right here down in this little bottom. Let's see what happens here. Smell it. Right down. It's a spike. Okay, me and Dad hiked all the way around to where we started this morning, and right when we got here, we saw a spike. But now we're just gonna sit here till dark, probably, and listen for a bugle, so we have a play for the morning. All right, go throw a little bugle out. Let's see how this goes. First one of the morning. No responses on that one. I've noticed doing these shorter, kind of more locating bugles are a little bit more difficult. I'm also trying to keep it fairly quiet so we don't call in any hunters, but no responses on that one. Okay, it's been a pretty slow morning. Haven't really seen much other than 2 elk way far away with the binoculars, but we heard a couple bugles down here. They sounded pretty far, but we came down here anyways, and now we got one fired up. What sounds about 60, 70 yards away, so we're gonna go down this way, try to get even with them, and see what happens. Well, that was probably the best encounter we've had the whole trip. Our wind switched. He was about to come in. He was at 18 yards. I didn't have an opening or anything, but our wind's been in our face. We came down even, and we were coming at him, and the wind was in our face the whole time. And we're on this tiny little ridge, and the wind's going back and forth on it like this. And when he spooked, I did the checker, and it was going right there to where he was. Dang it. Second day, though, we're still getting some action, but that sucks. We should have killed that bull. Well, now we're just gonna hike around this back side of this mountain. Just got up here on this little trail, found someone's old area. Must be in the right spot, I guess. Okay, it's been about an hour, 20 minutes since that little calf came through. Got about an hour and a half left of daylight. We're at the back side of the mountain now, or the east-facing side of the mountain now. It's a bunch of aspens. This is where all the elk came from that first scouting night when they came up to our tent. So we're gonna sit here and call for about 45 minutes, and then if we don't have any action, we're gonna sprint back to that drainage. So here we go. All right, me and my dad are back to where we started the morning. Again, we're kind of doing the same routine. It's working so far, but we just sat down and heard a bugle where we've been having all the encounters way down in this dark timber. So it's getting pretty late, so we're probably gonna have to wait till the morning. And our wind's not very good for going down there right now, so we have a play in the morning at least. But we still got about 20 minutes left of daylight, so we'll see what happens. Alright, that's gonna wrap up tonight. That bull is yards down, but we don't have enough light. A couple grouse. Shoot, that one came in close. But hopefully he's there in the morning, and that'll be our first play. So we'll see y'all in the morning. All right, we just got to our glassing spot, or not our glassing spot. Holy moly, it's still 6:27 right now. Got to our first little spot to listen for bugles. And as soon as we sat down, we just heard one, probably 150 yards down in this drainage. So we're gonna see if he bugles again. Our wind's actually really good right now. It's blowing straight up here to us, so hopefully he bugles one more time and we can make a play. Okay, well, I just tried to make a stalk on that bull because he came out of the bottom at like 110 yards. So I slipped down this little ridge we're on, and he started going away. And as soon as he got in the woods, I cow called and he started coming up. Got to about 80 or 90 and then just went back into the woods. So we're gonna go down this trail up here and try to cut him off and see if he bugles again. All right, so it's 11:30 now. Haven't had much action since that bull this morning and all those cows. We're down here on the elevation. We've been getting all the midday bugles and stuff. We're just kind of hanging out right now. Just had some lunch. Dad just made some coffee. About an hour ago, though, we did have like we made a little stalk on some cows on accident. Heard a limb pop, and then the limbs kept popping, so we set up, and we were just listening to the limbs pop for about, 30 minutes, and then we saw a cow, so that was pretty stupid. But now we're just gonna sit here at this lower elevation and listen for some bugles. Hopefully one fires off here soon so we can go after him. Okay, me and my dad have been hiking around for a while now. We've made it all the way back to where that bull went in this morning. We went the long way, but he just bugled. What time is it? It's 2:42. So we're gonna drop down here and see if we can make a play on him. He sounds like he's 70 yards in there, so here we go. Bugle. All right, guys, well, we went down there, and as soon as we get down here, we were within about 40 yards of that bull, and then he came to my shooting lane at about 30, and he started jogging, and then another bull came this way and kind of busted the whole situation up. Then they ran down the mountain together and then kept bugling. I don't know what they were doing, but another opportunity. We're gonna stay on this ridge that we're on. We got some weather moving in now, so we're up under this tree. We're gonna stay on this little ridge though, and I bet one of them comes back up before the night's over, so here we go. Okay, after that, a couple of cows and those two little bulls this morning, or actually that was only like 30 minutes ago, but we dropped down to listen for bugles, and we just heard one way up here above us. So we're gonna hide back up and see if we can make a play on this. Is it legal? Yes, we did it. Yes. Oh, that's the one from this morning.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one from this morning. Guys, we killed a freaking elk. My first one ever. There's another bull actually coming up the mountain, and Dad doesn't have his bow. But our plan, this is the same bull we saw this morning. He went in this little aspen patch, and all morning we've been slowly making our way to this this area, knowing he was bedded in here somewhere. So we literally had just got to under this tree, through a couple cow calls, and I heard a limb snap down there. So we put our packs down, and sure enough, he came walking right up here, and it was like a 7-yard shot. Cannot believe we shot one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a legal bull this week. Got I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Let's say 4. This week we were just after anything legal, and this is way more than probably what we expected. And actually, this is probably the smallest bull we saw all week as well, believe it or not, but this one gave us the best shot, so we took it. And we are absolutely fired up. We also still have 5 days left for Dad to kill one as well. And like I said, there's one bugling over there about 200 yards away, so That's if we make it out alive, packing this thing out. We actually don't have too far to go distance-wise, but the elevation's gonna be a little bit difficult, so let's freaking go. We did it. All right, we're starting with the hindquarters. I'll show you where our spot has been in the morning. Has been kind of up under that big cedar. All right, that big cedar. I can't really tell in the video, but it's about 110 yards straight up. Once we get up there, we should be okay, I think. But how you feeling?
It's heavy.
Yeah, holy moly. You're probably 110 pounds each, so we've got to keep trekking. All right, we've been at the truck for a while. We hiked in the 2 hind legs. That took a while. What?
Red Bull or Monster?
Monster. And Dad had to do some work, rested a little bit. Now we're going back up. We're gonna try to get the rest in one go. The front legs are not as heavy at all as the back legs, but we got the head, 2 front legs, and the scraps left. So we also emptied out our packs as well. Also, someone pulled up beside us here. It's pretty cool. We're gonna head up there and try to get the rest of it done. So here we go. This is gonna be pretty tough, I would assume. So here we go. All right, finally made it back to the last 4 remaining items. Now I gotta figure out how we're gonna get all this in one trip. All right, y'all, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. We got about half mile till we get to the truck, and then we're gonna go to a hotel tonight. That was probably the craziest week of hunting, or just in general, we have ever had in our lives. I mean, it started from day 1, glassing. We saw those bulls fighting. And then we get to our camping spot and we got elk flooding in the field. I mean, it was absolutely crazy. But I think that's gonna wrap up this video. Y'all stay tuned. My dad has a tag as well. So we're gonna hunt for 3 or 4 more days. After today, we're gonna go to a hotel tonight and rest a little bit. But y'all stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.